Hi, this is Regina. In this video, I want to talk about naming covalent compounds. Before we begin naming, let's understand what a covalent compound is. It's simply put, it is bonding between two nonmetals. This is a section of the periodic table here. And all of the elements that you see over here on the right side of this metalloid are considered nonmetals. So any bonding amongst the nonmetals would be covalent. There is no transfer of electrons. There are no charges. There are no cations or anions. We will learn how to go from name to formula and formula to name. The only thing you really need to remember is that all the endings are in "ide." The second thing you need to remember is how number of atoms are counted in chemistry. If there's one atom, you say mono. If two atoms, it's di. 3 means tri. 4 is tetra. 5 is penta. 6 is hexa. 7 hepta. 8 octa. 9 nona. And 10 deca. I do recommend you pause the video and write this down. Here's a phosphorus, which is nonmetal. It's bonded to 3-chlorine. Its name would be phosphorus, the name of the central atom, followed by the number, and the last element has an "ide" ending right over here. And the formula would be phosphorus trichloride. I find that the best way we can get proficient with naming is actually doing the problem. So I have some problems here. How do we name the following? SO2. If you want to pause the video and do it on your own, you can, or you can work with me. So SO2. SO2. The name of the first element as it appears in the periodic table, the number of the second element, di, followed by the last element, which ends in an "ide" oxide, Ni3. First element as it appears in the periodic table, the number of the second element, tri, followed by the element ending in an "ide." Okay, let's move on. BrF5. First element is bromine. There are 5 phosphorus, so it'll be pentafluoride. NO. First element is nitrogen, and we only have 1 oxygen, so we can say nitrogen monoxide. You don't necessarily have to write mono in front. That's an exception rule. Anything else you do write. So I had 1 bromine, so I did not write monobromine. I had 1 nitrogen and 1 sulfur. So it's not necessary to write monosulfur or mononitrogen. However, here we have 4 of the first element, so it'll be tetranitrogen, and 4 of the second, tetra, and of course the second element has an "ide" ending. XeF4, your periodic table will tell you that this is xenon. So this one would be name of the first element followed by the number, which would be tetra, and the last element with an "ide" ending, so it'll be fluoride. Okay, phosphorus, first element is phosphorus. There are 3 iodine, so we will say phosphorus iodide. 1 sulfur, we don't say monosulfur, simply sulfur, trioxide. We have SiCl4, it'll be silicon tetrachloride, 4 chlorine, and chlorine, the second one, will have an "ide" ending. I2O5, this time I will write diiodine pentaoxide. Let's go backwards. Let's make the formula. Carbon monoxide, the symbol for carbon, and symbol for oxygen. There's only one of each. Disulfur, symbol for sulfur, and a subscript 2, tetrafluoride, symbol for fluorine, and a subscript 4. Dichlorine monoxide, chlorine, symbol for chlorine with a subscript 2, only one oxygen. Phosphorus, pentafluoride, one phosphorus, symbol for phosphorus, symbol for fluorine with the subscript 5. Boron tribromide, symbol for boron and symbol for bromide. There are 3 bromides, so you will put subscript 3 here. Diphosphorus, pentasulfide, 2 phosphorus, 5 sulfur. Again, symbol for phosphorus is here and symbol for sulfur is right here, S. Chlorine monoxide, 1 of each, so ClO. Xenon tetraoxide, xenon, 4 oxygen. Xenon hexafluoride, xenon, and the symbol for xenon is right over here, and 6 fluorine, symbol for fluorine is right here. Carbon tetrabromide, carbon with the 4 bromine, simply put the symbol for bromine next to the symbol for carbon and a subscript 4. Diboron tetrachloride, we need boron is B, 2B, and tetrachloride. Tetraphosphorus triselenide, 4 phosphorus and 3 selenide. Selenide is right over here. Okay, so this ends my naming of the covalent compounds, and I can talk a little bit more about covalent compounds at the end. And the only thing I want to say about covalent compound, one that you've already know, is between nonmetals. 2 or more nonmetals will combine. And what I have not mentioned is that the electrons are not transferred, but the electrons are shared. So you need to know that in covalent compound, the electrons between neighboring atoms are shared, and we'll talk about it some more in another video. Not transferred. As I said before, there's no cations and no anions. So I feel like covalent compounds are a lot easier to name than the ionic compounds. Okay, that ends this video. I shall see you again. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.